Hi everyone. Even after the departure of the controversial Crime Minister Johnson, Great Britain will remain on a confrontational course with the EU. The relationship could even deteriorate. Boris Johnson is kinda gone. But is there a party mood in the EU now? Well, hardly anyone will miss the dazzling politician in the EU Commission. At the same time, people in Brussels know that even a new leader of the Tories will by no means seek a cozy course with the EU. The atmosphere in Westminster has long been Brexitized. Even the opposition recently drew a line. A rapprochement of the kingdom with a community of 27 seems out of the question in the near future. A sigh of relief could be heard in some European capitals at the prospect of Johnson's imminent departure from Downing Street. After all, as Brexit chief cheerleader, he was the troublemaker from the very beginning, and his rise to power is inextricably linked to Great Britain's departure from the EU and the ensuing chaos. But statements such as those by former EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier, according to which Johnson's career end will enable a new relationship between the two brawlers, reveal that even 6 years after the referendum, there are still too many misunderstandings on both sides. In any case, optimism is out of place. In fact, the relationship could continue to deteriorate. While Johnson may one day have vacated the House number 10, his legacy on Brexit will live on. One commentator dubbed the phenomenon Long Johnson, but in reference to long COVID and not what you just thought. The focus of the dispute continues to be the former Civil War region, which has been the bone of contention for years. With the Northern Ireland Protocol agreed in the Brexit agreement, the two partners had actually found a solution to prevent visible checks at the border between the EU member Ireland and the North, which still belongs to the UK. The necessary customs border was moved to the Irish Sea. The North is de facto still part of the EU internal market, so that the transport of goods from Great Britain to the North has to be checked in part. But the current Conservative government wants to change the Northern Ireland Agreement, and that unilaterally. This has met, of course, with resistance in EU circles. The EU has taken legal action against Britain. This means that London and Brussels are once again burying themselves in a deep ditch. But the EU is right. How are serious political talks supposed to be possible when, figuratively speaking, there is a loaded gun on the negotiation table? The EU rightly fears that it would be weakened in other international negotiations if it gave in to unilateral attempts at blackmail. And they just did wonderful trade deals with New Zealand, for example. The statements of the previous candidates for Johnson's successor give little reason to hope that the situation will ease, because there is a problem. The candidates do not have to convince the British people, but the Eurosceptic backbenchers and the hardliners in the Conservative Party, who continue loudly to call for escalation with Brussels. Accordingly, the next head of government is under pressure to emulate Johnson's example and join in the Brexit fairy tale hour. But should the law come into force, Brussels would react with all severity. In the worst case, the entire trade deal between the two partners is in shambles. It would be like so often in this saga. Back to square one. And I'll see you in my next video. Schau rein.